think the top three will be like, I'll put Man City. Because I'm biased, I'll put Chelsea.
Okay.
And then I'll put Liverpool.
Okay, cool.
And then the fourth, just the Champions League spot, I'll put Arsenal.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. The only prediction I'm gonna make is that But yeah, I'm very happy to have you here, and probably a little bit about my multi-million audience that we know each other from the BSN, which is the British School in the Netherlands, I think it stands for.
Yeah.
And we've been, which classes we've been together? Because it's different, we have different people in each class. I think biology, for sure.
Yeah, and then all the sciences we had together
sciences,
then. And we had science every day. So at least every day we had fun in science. And also the way back on the bus always. So
true.
we saw each other every day at school.
My girlfriend now, she studies in Sofia, and she's like complaining about how full the bus is. I'm like, bitch, you know nothing.
We're like veterans, yeah.
I swear, it was bus number 24. My friends always make fun of me that I'm exaggerating. Please tell them at least 120 people in the bus, at least, like a normal bus, 120
Yeah,
at least.
it was packed to the max, like a can of sardines.
And it's not like proper people. It's small kids with massive backpacks.
Yeah, but that's why I don't think it would be like 120. But like if you were to count the bags that were twice the size of the kids, it could add up to 120 for sure.
Now they're gonna make more fun of me because they'll think that I exaggerated again.
No. It was full. I mean, if you do the math already, the amount of seats that are there is also already about like 50, 60. And then the amount of people that can stand is also about the same amount. Okay. It can add up to the number that you've put it at.
Okay, you've saved me a little bit. You've saved me. Okay, that's pretty good. But yeah, BSN, good old days. Actually, most people, nobody knows that we are veterans in Calcio Balia. Calcio Balia in Italian.
Good old days.
How do you say it in English?
Fußball, like the German...
So
we know, it, or I always call it table football because like also in Dutch it's like.
Oh, okay. How is it in Dutch?
Tafelvoetbal.
Tafelvoetbal.
Yeah.
Fußball in German. We have calcio balia in Italian. We have jagi in Bulgarian, and 5 languages we have it named now. So yeah, we're veterans. I was very shit in defense. You are very good in defense. I was pretty good in attack, but I think Robbie was the best of us. Like. But you're very competitive. You would never admit it.
I mean, I'll have to play him. What can I say? It's I don't know. It's been a while.
You know what? Well, you know what I found surprising about the Calcio Balia? I can now choose from the languages I have. From the Calcio Balia, we've played so many years, so many hours. I found amazing how shit I was one-on-one. And how good and amazing I was in 2v2.
Because then you can only attack, and you were so good at attack. You always had the passes in between the attackers and also the wall. Mm-hmm. And I remember, especially in attack as well, when somebody would try and kick it away, and you can't kick it straight as a defender because somebody anticipates on it, and it just before you make the movement of kicking it, the attacker makes the same movement, and then he hits it right as he's like striking the ball. I don't know if I've explained that well, but
I know what
it goes straight and you rebound it directly back into the goal.
It's called the bitch move or something.
That's what we called it, yeah.
Exactly. So many hours, and it all ended up... remember when the electricity went out and we still played with it?
And everybody was coming around, and then they had their the torches on their phone, and then we had like floodlights at football stadiums.
Imagine how big we were, Imagine
and we also had the people from the year below joining us, and everybody was coming to play. It was fun.
I think I have a photo, so I'm going to put it on the podcast. I think I have a photo from then. Actually, I think the head teacher at the time, he took the photo.
He tweeted it,
he tweeted it,
when the power went out, I think.
So I can also check in the Twitter page.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Damn, the good old days. But yeah, BSN, we've had that conversation plenty of time, me and Robbie. I didn't like it at the time because I was super homesick. I really want to go back to Bulgaria, but going back, I loved it. I refer to it as the good old days. So yeah, amazing memories. So many good teachers.
Yeah,
So,
but
no, Mr. Hare wrote a recommendation on my LinkedIn page. That's such a cool teacher. I saw him in fucking Family Guy. I was watching Family Guy. No, no, I need to show you this. I don't care. I was watching Family Guy and I felt like I'm in a simulation again. You know how Mr. Hare looks, right?
yeah, roughly, yeah.
No, let me show you this. He's like, this character was exactly like him. What the fuck is that?
Oh wow, yeah. That's. I
What
mean,
the fuck
the
is
face
that?
is a bit long, but
Come on, mate. No,
yeah, that is weird. That
that's
is
him.
weirdly.
No, I don't know if many people will watch us who know Mr. Hare. Probably Georgios, someone Alessandro, but
Yeah.
this is Mr. Hare. Like I swear, I'll put the photo so whoever watches it from the BSN knows. But yeah, the good old days in the BSN. Also, what do you think about lunch football? Come on, you're a veteran there. Like
Yeah, a decorated veteran at lunch football. Yeah, it was kill or be killed. It was fun. It was a good way to spend the time. But at the end of my BSN days, I was staying inside, and actually we started playing a lot of chess. Me, Axel, and Santi, we would spend the break times playing chess, and we'd bring the chessboard. And at one point, Axel and I would even come like early to school to play a game before registration.
I swear, Jiman, you know him, Jiman, he plays a lot of chess. So next time he's over, you might want to play him. He's pretty good. I don't know how good he is because I'm super shit. Like I've tried, and I'm very shit.
Well, I haven't really practiced much since those days. I mean, I played a little bit over quarantine as well, but then I soon stopped.
Yeah.
Axel kept playing.
Axel, yeah.
But yeah,
But
I
yeah, I
think
remember
D-Man
you.
beat me then. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you on lunchtime with the "let me focus," excuse. And I'm like, no, let's go play culture balance. No, let me focus. I remember that. But yeah, BSN, good old days. Actually, talking about school and all that, tell me about, because now you're studying in the Leiden University, right?
Yeah.
And for you, soon it's gonna be the time when you move from here and you go to Canada. Elaborate on that, explain a little bit more what is going on.
Okay. Yeah. So in my study, urban studies at Leiden University, I have half of the last year, so the third year, you can choose to do three things. You can either do a minor, which is like, yeah, a basket of subjects in Leiden or in another university in the Netherlands, or you can do an internship, but then you have to do like a specific course for that as well, or I can go abroad. And I decided to go abroad because, wow, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I can go outside of Europe as well. So I was like, that's my main thing. My second choice would have probably been an internship because it's so useful to have done an internship. But then I would have had to do the extra course. And as a backup plan, to do an extra course for a backup plan, I didn't really feel like doing that. So I chose to go abroad and I applied and I had a list of 5 universities that I want to go to that I researched. I only got my fourth one out of 5 that I submitted, but I still got accepted. Some people didn't get accepted, so I guess it was pretty competitive, and I got my fourth choice. So I still got to go far. I wanted to go as far as possible. I mean, I stayed close to my parents to study here, and I just decided, okay, it's going to be across the world. So it was either going to be New Zealand, Canada, Australia, things like that. So I applied. I was admitted, and now I've had to choose courses. So. Yeah,
See how it goes. But Canada is the location. Where in Canada?
Waterloo.
Okay.
Below Toronto.
Damn. I mean, it was a challenge for me. From Bulgaria coming here is still Europe, very different, of course, different world. But now it's going to be a challenge for you because it's still going to be very different, yeah?
Yeah, and you were also with your family.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, so I don't know how I'm going to cope with that, but I mean, it's got to be fine. Everything's
going to be fine. How long was it? The period you're gonna be there?
So I'm gonna start studying in the second week of September. So from the 7th, I start, and then I already go in August with my family to go there on holiday, and then they leave me there, and then I come back in December. So I think 5 months, yeah. But with August, the 6th month, yeah.
We talked about this in the previous episodes, actually, with both guests. That living in a different culture really shapes you in a different person. So I will be super curious to talk to you again when you come back, you know. I'm extremely curious to see how you've changed, because I know you see, like, I feel like uh, we've known since, uh, like 2 or 3 years or something like that, but it's going to be the sixth one of our friendship, if you think about it. And 6 years is not a small amount of time. And I can say that I know you pretty well. We spend a lot of time together, and I'll be super curious to see how you've changed. Because you for sure, I mean, you would agree with this. I think you for sure will change, you know, with the different culture.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it is a different culture. It's across the world still, but it's like English speaking country. I don't know how different it would be than if I went to like into like to Singapore, one of my other options. That would have been really, really different and more of a culture shock. But I think it's going to be easier to adapt because everybody speaks English as well, and I think it'll be less big of a change. But I think there will still be a bigger change, and I'm going to really try and immerse myself there into the Canadian culture, and we'll see.
They're very nice, so you're gonna be nice as well.
Yeah, nicer than I already am. I don't know.
Extremely nice, extremely nice.
Yeah, but one thing I'm really looking forward to as well is Canada qualifying for the World Cup for the first time since 36 years. I think I may be wrong, and I'm going to be there when they're playing because it's in winter. So that's one advantage of the winter.
That would be super cool.
World Cup. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. But wasn't it like the winters in Canada like extreme, like super cold? Or
Yeah,
it
but
depends?
since I knew I was going to go there, which was like October-ish, I knew I was going to go there. So then I checked on the weather app. I put Waterloo in as well, and I regularly checked, and I saw that actually there it gets colder in like January. So, and it's only, I mean, up to 10 degrees colder than in the Netherlands. So it shouldn't be that bad. So I think it'll be okay.
I see. I see. Well, big challenge. Would you say it's a challenge to, you know?
I think it will be challenging because I've lived by myself a little bit in the Waldorpstraat here in The Hague for only just 1 year, moving out already.
Yeah.
And I already found that like time management was horrible for me there.
I see.
I'd also like, you know, having to cook and go out and get food, but then also I wasn't balancing it with my assignments very well because I procrastinate too much. So I think that's going to be a big challenge, and having to then live with other people as well will also, I think it will help me grow, because okay, I also if I'm stressed and I really want to cook something quickly, and then I leave it there for a while, and then I just keep on doing my work, and then I leave it again the next day because I procrastinated something else, and then I can't really do that if I'm living with other people. I have to think about the other people, so then I just have to be more organized, and the IB should have helped me in that. But
I think you're also being humble because you're a very organized individual. I mean, I think like you're very reliable, I would say, because whenever I ask you to do something or I ask a favor, you're always there. So I feel like you're being, you know, humble. I think you are organized. I mean, in terms of academic skills or whatever, it might be a little bit different, but I still think you're a good student. By the way, I forgot that I need to turn that lamp on. We have so much, like, tell about the mouse and this bullshit.
you want to explain the light as well? Yeah, or about the mouse? You want to talk about the mouse?
Yeah, about the fucking mouse. We had a lot of like technical issues before this podcast. I hope it's good because I'm not even quite sure that we're actually recording, you know?
It's okay, even if it's not, it was fun.
Yeah, exactly, it's a nice conversation. And yeah, I was wondering why the second microphone is not appearing on the software I'm using for connecting the two voices from the two microphones. And because my like I have so much, like I have 4 laptops here or whatever, the fucking mouse was next to my laptop, and I was plugging my mouse instead of my fucking USB microphone for 15 minutes straight, and no one was like, "Are you sure that's the right, you know, microphone?" It's like, there are 2 microphones, you idiot. You know, why would you think I'm a fucking reader? You know? And then I saw the fucking mouse was there, and yeah, I was even embarrassed to say it. I was like, okay, it's all done. But yeah, and a lot of technical issues, and I hope we're recording.
You're also like, I hope I've never had this problem before. I hope it's gonna work.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking weird. But yeah, also the nightclub is going to start in 40, 50 minutes, but that's enough time to have a good conversation. I also wanted to ask you about the Champions League final, because you're a football fan like
Yep.
me, likewise. And your opinion, I mean, we had a lot of, because I was back in Bulgaria now for 2 weeks, a lot of discussions with my friends, high volume of voice, a lot of discussions, a lot of testosterone in the conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
It was an interesting talk, and I want to know your opinion. What do you think? Also, include the semifinals in your analysis of the events.
But how so? Like the how if it was deserved, things like that. Like yeah,
Exactly.
I think Real Madrid deserved it. I think it was very deserved. I think you can have all these statistics with expected goals. You can have more corners, more possession, or more whatever. In the end, the only statistic that matters is the amount of goals. And by saying that Liverpool or Man City should have won, you're kind of because they played better, they had more possession and more shots. You're also kind of disvaluing the keeper, the keeper's job in football, the keeper's role, because Courtois was there, and he's not there for nothing. He's getting paid to be there.
True.
So, did Liverpool deserve to win because they had bigger chances? No, because Courtois was there, and Courtois is just the best keeper at the moment.
Now
And
on
the
the
semi-final, what a comeback! By the way, I mean that really, I was super hyped. I had a little injury for football, so I didn't go to training. I decided I wouldn't go, even though it was getting better. So usually I'd go, but then I thought, okay, big game, I'll stay home.
Yeah.
And wow, I did
Paid
not
out.
regret staying home.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's deserved still because Man City, yeah, they were better, but they couldn't keep it. They weren't good enough till the end.
A friend of mine, he always says that Real Madrid, they have the DNA. This is the massive clubs like Real Madrid, Liverpool, Manchester United. Why did I say Manchester United are a big club? Fucking idiot.
No, they are
They're-
historically
Fuck
big
them.
club.
No. Okay. Liverpool, Real Madrid, Milan. Those are the big clubs. They have the DNA. Okay, Chelsea. Don't worry. Chelsea are also a big club.
Yeah, but I disagree with this DNA thing. I mean, every football player has worked so hard to be where they are, and there's nothing with, oh, we are Real Madrid, we should be winning. I mean, every club is big enough to think that they're this club and
but-
they should be winning.
yeah, but-
We're Nottingham Forest, we should be in the Prem. Like,
True, but look, Man City cannot pull a comeback like that. Not in the next 10 years, no. It's just the DNA of the team, They have the confidence. They're Real Madrid, They play like, another friend of mine says, they play like the tournament is theirs. And it basically is. They have 14 fucking titles. I mean,
we'll see in 10 years if Man City have pulled out comeback like that. I think they will.
thank you. Thank you. That's exactly what I've been saying for years. Man City is a project, They've been incredible for the past 10 years. They're the new teams such as Real Madrid, Milan, Liverpool. And people say, yes, but this is because they're buying football and they're, using a lot of money. But this is how you create a team nowadays.
That's what every club is doing.
Exactly. And what do you think that Real Madrid didn't pay a lot of money like 50 years ago? It was just different times. Like the value of money was different, like the whole concept of money. It's a project, and people don't see like in the future. They don't see what will happen in the 20 or 30 years ahead. And they say, what if the Arab money don't, if they stop? Well, they're going bankrupt, same as Barcelona, Real Madrid, Liverpool, and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I got to say that I personally, I think it's a lot of money being pumped into this club, but then again, you can't really say much because in the Prem, every club is owned by a multi-billionaire, basically.
True.
And then if you look at like Ligue 1, now they also are more and more, but the difference is just too big that it's just so unfair. PSG is just so far from all the other clubs, and what I really hate about PSG, they ruined French football. I mean, if you look at the winners before the money from Qatar came in, the winners were different almost every year, and that made it super exciting. Now it's PSG, 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 PSG. Okay, Lille last year, but PSG again this year. And they will keep doing that. And then also, before we were born, the Champions League had almost a different winner every time. and now since the 2000s, I came across this statistic today. There's only been like 9 different Champions League winners since the 2000s, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
It makes it a bit boring, actually.
True, yeah, true.
But that's just how football's evolved, I suppose. But there's not much I can say about before I was born.
Yeah, really like support your point, and we had a discussion with my friends that the semifinals have been more interesting later in the Champions League. Think about the past 10 years. I mean, finals, they have, a lot of like, they're very like, everyone is nervous, and I understand that, but still like the semifinals are more interesting than the finals, in my opinion. I don't know.
The second leg is kind of like a final because I mean,
True, yeah.
they celebrate like they've won the thing as well once they win it. Usually, not every club, but it is. They are always exciting. But I wouldn't say that the finals less exciting than the semi-final. I think the final has been very exciting. I mean, you're saying 10 years, so I guess you're still including the Chelsea Bayern final. I mean,
Yeah.
the penalties. It doesn't get much more exciting than that.
That
Also,
was probably the best final in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
Everyone
well,
says
actually,
Real and Atletico, and I don't get it. Like, I don't know.
it was a pretty good one.
Ramos
But-
scored last minute, and that was it. It was obvious that they're going to win.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't obvious they were going to win. But okay, after 2, 3, 4. But then I also liked the 2013 one.
Is that
the-
Bayern?
Bayern against Dortmund. I mean, okay, it was a bit boring that it's the 2 from the same country, but then it was not a last minute winner from Robin. Pretty insane. Yeah.
Big question. Massive like discussion in our group of friends in Bulgaria, all the football players and whatever. Which league is better, the Premier League or La Liga?
At which point in time?
Now,
Now, the Prem.
okay, why? I'm on the same page, by the way. I believe that we have discussions like if Real Madrid are in the Premier League right now, where they're gonna finish. So I'm on the same page, but some people are going to die in order to prove the other point.
Well, I mean, I apologize to those people, but I'm willing to die on this hill as well. At this point in time, the Premier League has surpassed La Liga. La Liga was better maybe 5 years ago and the time before that.
Barca and Real.
Yeah, but they did dominate football, both those clubs. And now, okay, Real Madrid is still winning the Champions League on and on. But I still wouldn't say that they're at this point in time, they're in the biggest league. I mean, yeah, there is only Real Madrid right now that's in La Liga that could win the Champions League. If you look at the Prem, the top 4 clubs are all contenders for the Champions League.
True. Yeah.
There's a lot more.
Tottenham, not really.
Well, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City.
Tottenham are shit.
Yeah, that's true.
I actually really like them. One of my best friends is a big Spurs fan, but I really like them. I think it's a great project. Again, it's a project.
No, I'm not. I think it's pretty funny that they don't win the league, and that they sacked Mourinho right before the final as well. That was pretty funny.
True, it was weird.
I think it's. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say about them. They're kind of
average.
They're just there. Yeah, they're just there to compete. They're not winning anything. They're just But I still think okay. So why the Prem is bigger? There's a lot more money in this league right now as well. The players are. I mean, it's also English bias. But there's more clubs that are competing for the Champions League, and I don't know. I would just say that those clubs are now just stronger clubs than. I mean, Barcelona is not what it used to be at this point in time. Atletico, it's not that good. Real Madrid is good, and they are in that same bracket, but there's just more of those teams in the Prem at this point in time.
Yeah, true. Fair enough. Yeah, football is a never-ending debate. I mean, you can debate everything. You can say that Brighton, in a good day, can beat fucking Real Madrid in the Champions League. I mean,
yeah, I know it's never-ending, but that's what I like about tournaments because it kind of puts a pin in it for a moment.
What do you think the Super League?
Super League, money grab.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it wasn't good, but I think every football fan was on the same page.
Yeah,
it does help see maybe better than the Champions League who is the best team in the world because it's more about consistency. Like if you always say, oh, the league is harder. I don't know if you agree, but the league is harder to win than the Champions League. As a Man City fan, you're obviously going to agree,
Of course.
because you have to be more consistent to win the league.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, you still have to be consistent in the Champions League as well, but the league is just that extra mile. And I think the Premier League is also harder to win than La Liga right now, by the way, because there's just more teams that are in contention to win it.
Fair enough, yeah. And I was about to ask you for some predictions for next season in order to close this topic of football. Give me some predictions. We can come back to this podcast in a year's time and
the
say
predictions for the league or the World Cup would be fun to
whatever
predict.
you want. Whatever you want. You can predict both.
Okay.
Let's do World Cup and whatever Premier League, because we're both like English club fans.
Okay. Premier League. That's a tough one. I mean, for me, it's between the three biggest clubs. And I'm going to try not to have my Chelsea bias get in. I mean, they're losing big players now. I mean, but they have a new owner, so at least now they can also buy players. But we'll see how that unravels. But I don't think they're going to be in contention next year. I think they'll be in the Champions League spot, but not there yet. I think it's once again going to be between Liverpool and Man City. And Liverpool are going to lose Mane and stuff like that. So I don't know. Man City squad depth. Yeah, Haaland is coming. Yeah, but I don't know. It's just maybe they'll have too many stars in the team. I don't know. We'll see. I think they'll still win the league, but I think Liverpool will still be close.
He will for sure be in my fantasy team. I don't care. I hope he scores goals. By the way, are you interested in fantasy? Next year, like a serious competition. Okay, I'll put you in our league because we're looking for people to expand, like serious people whole season. I know you're like consistent, but I'll put you in our league. It's pretty good league.
It's pretty fun to do. But so that's like my prediction there for the Premier League. What's yours?
So you say it's gonna be between Liverpool and
I think the top three will be like I'll put Man City because I'm biased. I'll put Chelsea.
Okay.
And then I'll put Liverpool.
Okay, cool.
And then the fourth, just the Champions League spot, I'll put Arsenal.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. The only prediction I'm going to make is that City are not going to win it. That's the only prediction I'm going to make. They're going to play good football. They're still going to reach the semifinals in the Champions League, but they're not going to win it. They'll probably win some FA Cup or Carabao Cup. And I hope they might, finally win the Champions League, but I don't think Man City, just because of chance, I don't know, and because of like
it's not in their DNA.
Exactly, it is not yet. It is not yet. Yeah, and I feel like 5 titles in 6 years. Nah, I don't think so. I think someone else is gonna win it. You know what? I want a surprise. I want Leicester
another
FC.
Leicester story. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want Tottenham to win it.
It's
I don't
not
know.
gonna happen.
I hope so.
What's your prediction for the top 4?
Tottenham first, Man City second, Liverpool and Chelsea. Why not?
Chelsea 4th.
Chelsea fourth, yeah. Battle with Newcastle.
No,
Why not?
Not yet.
Not yet?
In a couple of years.
See Bruno Guimaraes, fucking amazing player. He transformed their game. Like I've watched a couple of games since he came.
What I found really funny is when you're young and you're playing football, you can change position. You go from right wing if you're too bad, you go to right back. You can go anywhere, right? You can go from CDM, you can go to centre back. Even saw an interview with William Saliba. He went from striker to centre back as well in his youth days. What I found so funny was that Joe Ellington from Hertha Berlin.
I think so, yeah.
And he transferred to Newcastle. He flopped the first season completely as a striker. And this season, he was moved to centre mid. And he was so good. He was the player of the season. And that was just, it's so funny to see somebody who's already 23, 24. And then they switch position. It's
also, I think Eddie Howe did a pretty good job.
Oh, yeah.
He's a young manager, so a lot of ideas coming in place. And I think he did a pretty good job with putting the puzzle together.
Yeah, if you saw them before when they were still with Steve Bruce, they were in trouble. They were in a lot of trouble.
I had Callum Wilson in my fantasy Premier League, and I had him for 3 games. He scored 3 goals, then he got injured for the whole season. I got him only for those 3 games.
Yeah.
And I needed him. Finished third, by the way. Pretty competitive league. He's very competitive. I think you'll like it. A very, very competitive league.
I like if I'm also able to talk some trash as well.
Of course, we have a group chat. No worries, you'll be there.
Perfect.
I'll teach you Bulgarian.
Yeah, I'll Google Translate. There's no problem. I'll
okay.
say what I have to say.
Perfect. We have a pretty good, very active, by the way, because it's week in, week out action. So plenty of trash. It gets out of hand, so no problem. A great stage for you.
I love
great
that.
stage.
Yeah, that's where I thrive. This is,
I'll put
it's my bread and butter.
I'll put the leaderboard for the couple of seasons behind because we have statistics. It's a massive league. The first 2 years we did it with prize fund. I don't know, 300 less, no, 200 less, something like that, just to put a little bit of money on it. But last year we were all over the world and it didn't work out. But still, you play for your pride, you play for...
Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you'll like it, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantasy.
And what are the predictions for the World Cup? Then you can...
World Cup, oof. I really want the Netherlands to do something.
Honestly, after what I saw against Belgium, I mean, I can't base too much off of one game, but Van Gaal coming back,
That's
changed
hype.
everything.
That's hype.
No. I'm not going to let it carry me away because I know it's a weak Belgian side right now. I've never been a huge fan of their golden generation. I mean, they were never that good. I didn't really understand why they were number 2, and I mean, obviously it's based on points, so that's why they were number 2 and number 1 in the FIFA World Rankings.
Yeah.
But they never won anything. They've never been better than 3rd at a tournament, I think.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Overhyped, and now they're coming to their end. I mean, De Bruyne is still the only one in his prime, I think.
Hazard gone, Lukaku gone.
Alderweireld, Vertonghen
Gone.
only, and Courtois, of course, is still good.
Yeah, but still, but no, not many like very young Belgians coming into place. Like
there are.
Yuri Tillemans, how old is he?
I'm not sure, but you also have, I think, the Ketelaar and stuff like that. Like they do have also in Wolves they have some Belgian. So there's constantly they have some young talent, but I don't think they're good enough.
Do you believe that football's coming home?
It is home in France. It is. It's. I mean, thank you for the sport, England, but it's not. It's not coming back. No.
By the way, from very international family, half French, half Dutch, half Algerian. So you can...
It's 3 halves.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Okay, 1/3. 1/3 in a little bit.
French, Algerian.
Yeah. And but still, do you support the Dutch?
Of course. Yeah, of course. We went to the Netherlands, Germany.
Yeah, true.
We supported the Netherlands over there.
It was a nice game. What do you think of the game?
It was a nice game. I just didn't like how Germany was just a lot better. And that's why also like you said, hype. We should not forget those games like against Germany. They're still a different level. I think the Netherlands, they'll make it out of the group stage. Maybe through the round of 16 if their opponent is a bit weak. But once they take a serious team on, Spain or something like that, they're out. And I think the quarterfinalists will be something like, I don't know, Spain, Portugal, France,
okay, let's
England, and maybe some. Maybe select your best one per continent, and then see who gets the furthest.
You know what? A very interesting prediction I think we can make is the surprise of the tournament, because there is always one very surprising team, like Costa Rica 2014. I say Senegal.
I was thinking Senegal as well, but then I thought like, okay, they have. I don't know if they'll make it out of the group. That's the problem. I mean, who's in the group? There's Qatar, right?
There is the
Netherlands.
Dutch, yeah, Qatar.
Who else?
Poland? No, might not be, because Europe. I can check, but I don't. But it was another big team,
and that's why I thought maybe they'd struggle. Was it Denmark? I don't know.
Something like this.
I don't know. I feel like
no, they were waiting on the playoffs.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay,
but I'm not sure. Might be. I don't know. But you know what? I say, who's gonna win it? Fuck. I don't think it's not going to be the Netherlands. Too young of a team, too selfish of a team. I don't know.
But it's not really a surprise if they go through either. I mean,
so. I say the Dutch go to semifinals, and the winner, it's going to be I want a surprise again. I want Greece to win it. I don't know, like 2004, the Euros. I want a surprise, man. I want Senegal
Yeah,
to
of
win
course
it.
you want to surprise. I mean, you're a bit of a neutral supporter.
Yeah, true, true.
Your country
Bulgaria
is
is
not.
going there. It's going next year. No, not in the next year, but in the next tournament, they will be there.
Wait, what do you mean? They're not in the World Cup, are they?
No. Of course not.
Wait, which
But
tournament are you
next
talking about?
World Cup, they will be there. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay,
So
I hope so for you. Then we can watch some extra games together. No, I do.
Do you really?
Of course, then we can watch extra games together.
Fuck. I don't think that's going to happen in the next, I don't know, 20 years. Bulgarian football is... Unfortunately, Bulgarian football is a very, very sad, corrupted story. But yeah, Dimitar Berbatov is now trying to become the president of the Bulgarian Federation, Football Federation.
It's a step
And,
forward.
it is a step forward, but
We'll see one day in our lifetime.
I hope so.
Yeah.
If it's in my lifetime, I'll
Yeah.
be happy. But I only can listen stories about '94 when they become fourth with Christos Stoichkov, and my dad was still in school on university. It's like, what the fuck? That's like 25 years ago, maybe even more. It's disgusting. Okay, whatever. But yeah, Bulgaria was a football country, and everyone accepted it as a football country, and now it's just a flop. To be honest, I'm sad to say it, but Bulgarian football is. We have so many amazing talents, so many amazing football players in Bulgaria. Because I played football, I was never on their level. I've never had the desire to become a football player. Neither my family, but so many amazing guys who are like world level. If they come here and play in Europe in the top divisions of under 18 football, they will be competitive, and they will be, if not the top 4 teams in England, they will be in the top 10, out of top 4. But I don't know where we go wrong. Is there not a scouting system that's in place, or I don't know. It's just weird. Well, it is what it is. Also, lifestyle, I think. Because you see all those young talents, amazing players, and then around 18, 19, 20, when they have, freedom and a little bit more money, they go to shit. It is what it is. We'll see. Hope
Yeah, but
it's in our
that's the
lifetime.
same everywhere, right? Like, so when these players just get a bit of a big head sometimes, I mean, that's what it looks like from an outside perspective.
Mason
So I
Greenwood.
think that's everywhere. So I think, for instance, I think maybe I don't know. I don't know about how it goes in Bulgaria and Bulgarian football, but it's probably got something to do with the club's youth system.
Probably, yeah.
And that if they're not being viewed by other scouts from other countries, I don't know how many international tournaments they go to either with their club. And if they, for instance, play against a team like Ajax and Ajax scouting all the time, if they match up against them and they see, they're playing very well against them, that one player, then they'll take them in. I don't know if that happens very much, if they have these encounters with other international clubs. And otherwise, I don't think people, because Bulgaria is not seen as a footballing country as much anymore, I don't think there's many scouts that go there either. I wouldn't know, but that would be my assumption.
It's weird. I have a friend of mine who's very interested in exactly this topic, and we'll for sure have a podcast with him. And I'm gonna find out a little bit more, and I'm gonna tell you. But for now, I think it's. Did you see what happened this weekend? It was all over 4-3-3 and whatever. Second division Bulgarian football. A guy is about to take a penalty. It's 90th minute. It's 1-1. Second division, they're playing not to get relegated to third division. Okay, it's 1-1. Yeah, relegation battle. It's 1-1. 90th minute. If the home team scores, they stay. The number 9 takes the ball, while the captain wants to take the penalty, and the match is fixed, and it's obvious. It needs to end 1-1. However, the number 9, who takes the ball at first, doesn't know that. And he takes the ball from the captain. He says, I'm going to take it, I'm the striker. The owner of the club is watching the game in the stands. He starts shouting. He gets onto the pitch. He slaps the number 9, takes the ball, and gives it to the striker, to the captain. He misses the penalty. The penalty is horrendous. Like, it's obvious. It's a pass. It's not a shot. He misses the penalty. They get relegated. In the interview after the game, he says that he will dismantle the team. he wins. I think that's the word on the street is he wins around 2 million levs. Nothing. Police, the government, the court, the Bulgarian court, nothing. He disappears. There's
Does he still play for the team?
Huh?
Does he still play for the team?
Of course. But the owner is the guy who, nothing against him, he says in the interview after that the team is like dismantled. That was it. They get relegated, but he sells everything, whatever. He disappears. That's it.
Oh, the owner's gone.
Oh, yeah. The team also is gone. This is the last action of the history of the team.
Oh, the club's
the club's gone. Yeah. That was it. Match ends 1-1. He takes some money. I don't know how much. That was it. But corruption in its finest, and game fixing is a big problem in Bulgaria. And I'm not very I don't have the expertise needed to go in depth in this topic, but it is super interesting. And there is a person who can say a lot. His name is Dimitar. He can say a lot, and I'll have a podcast with him in the near future, and it's going to be very interesting to talk about it. But I hope Dimitar Berbatov fixes things, because he's trying to become the new federation boss, and we will see how that goes. The club is open, by the way. Jesus Christ, I hope it doesn't mess up with the lighting.
No, it won't. They're Batman lights.
But now look up, there is a...
Oh yeah, but I'm sure it'll look fine. You don't really see it.
Yeah, I hope so. But yeah, I had a very exhausting weekend, but 2 weeks, no weekend, 2 weeks in Bulgaria. And it was super exhausting going back home after such a long time. I didn't go home for 3 months. It was very emotional, see all those friends, I see my parents, my girlfriend. I'm super exhausted now. This is the first day I'm back.
Yeah.
And of course, I need to film my podcast, because I've already had my second episode. It's going to be the third one. I think a fourth, fifth, so on. But yeah, it was very nice that I had 2 episodes in advance. So when I started, when I uploaded the first one, I don't remember when it was. I had 1 more in advance, and I upload them in 2 weeks time, every 2 weeks. But now that I'm here and I can create and I can film, I might upload them in 1 week or a week and a half, something like that.
That's
We'll
good.
see
You're
how it goes.
consistent.
What do you think of the first 2? I wanted to ask you about feedback, because you're the first one was in Bulgarian, so you probably just saw it.
I didn't see
but
the
the
first
second one, you said you watched the beginning a little bit.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do you think?
Of what specifically?
The most important thing with podcasts is the audio, and if there is something that irritates your eye as a viewer, when you view the podcast, can you just relax and listen to what we're saying, what we're talking about, get into the theme and the topics of the podcast? If that's fine, then it's all good. But if something irritates, this is wrong put, the light is shit, the audio is very loud, or there are some unexpected noises or whatever, this is bad, very bad.
Yeah.
And I want to fix this and make a product that is,
Of course. Yeah. It's good you're taking it that seriously as well. Also, I think that, the amount of I saw that you, because I clicked on it today and I was looking and I was seeing what it was like with your last one in English, and it looked fine to me. I opened it first. I looked the first minute I looked, and then I was doing something else on the side, and I was still listening. So I used it as a podcast.
That's perfect. Okay.
And I didn't have any problem. And I think the amount of feedback you're getting online as well is very positive, and you're getting quite a few views, I saw. So for someone who's just started, that's
true. Yeah,
quite. That you should take that as well as good feedback. And I think you mentioned earlier you get some positive messages. So and it's very nice that you're doing this as a hobby as well. So I think it's great.
I'm having, like I said in the previous episode, I'm having a lot of fun doing it, and I'm very when I go into my Instagram page, when I see I had a podcast with Jurmir so far, with Danny, now with you, and when I see the photos, I remember the conversation. It's such a nice and warm feeling inside. Oh, we had an amazing conversation. It's in the internet, so I can watch it whenever I want. And we have those very nice conversations with my friends all the time. And you can never know. Now I can finally have one and feel the energy of my, of the friend I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Whenever when I think I watched Živomir one, I watched a couple of times myself. Danny, I also the episode with him I watched a couple of times. It's just that even that I edit them because it's like what 2 or 3 or 4 hours of editing.
Yeah.
And it's so nice to feel the energy of the friend I'm talking to. And as I said before, I'm very happy that I started doing this because I believe I've been very lucky so far in my life to have such amazing friends, really, and all over the world with very interesting stories and very different. Because I would never be the guy I am today if it wasn't you, Robbie, Elliot, the people I met here, and they shaped me in a different person. And I'm so thankful. I'm always like emotional or whatever when I talk about friendship, but I believe that's like a part of my life where I've been very, very lucky with the friends I have around me and only like good influence. And I can definitely say that it's very important. Also, a friend of mine, a very cool story. A friend of mine came to me, a childhood friend of mine. His name is Kostadin. He came to me and he said, "Respect, brother. I really like what you're doing. Really." I really like what you're doing. And then we had a small conversation and I realized that I would never have done this if, especially in that toxic, world we live in, this idiot, what is he doing, this stupid podcast, I would never have done this if I didn't have you guys, these amazing friends I have, because even if it was shit, the guy, Kostadin, my childhood friend, he would still come to me and say, "Good job, bro. I really like what you're doing. You can change this, this, and this." And having friends such as those is just an uplifting feeling. I feel like I can do whatever, and I'll still be supported.
I think it's also it's a courageous step to even do. It takes courage and a lot of initiative to do so. And you've put in a lot of time and money to invest in this thing. And it's great that you're approaching it as a hobby. I think that's what's most important. That you're really you're just doing it for fun, and I think that's what everybody also likes about it, and that's what everybody's so supportive of. Is because like we can all see that you're enjoying it as well. Yeah. So that's what's it's great to see.
I can't wait to have like a lot of friends over, and of course we're going to have a second episode with you if you have fun right now, and a third one of course after Canada. I'm looking forward to the one after Canada so that you can tell all those amazing stories. To it as well. We'll see, and my personal offer to you is that we stop because I can hear the music now and I think it's going to fuck up with the audio because I can feel the bass.
Yeah.
So we can see what we did. Hopefully the audio is fine because it was such a good conversation.
Yeah.